Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so what does Matt think of my Explorer 2? Let's get it in his hands. What did you think about the Explorer 2, either the modern one or the older one, before you saw one in the flesh?
That they were maybe a bit boring, simply because of the design of the bezel. It's this stainless bezel. It's like, okay, it's all right. I love the dial, but maybe it's not for me.
A lot of people think it's one of the ugliest Rolexes.
Yeah, I don't think it's ugly. I just thought it was plain.
Okay.
That was my original impression over the years, that it's just kind of plain.
All right. Yeah. Well, I think something like the Sub, the GMT, are absolutely gorgeous. I think this is not quite as good looking, but I wouldn't go so far as to say it's ugly. It's definitely, though, with fixed metal bezel, a different look. So
the Yachtmaster is ugly. This is not ugly.
Interesting. Okay, so I've started to like the Yachtmaster, but
shame on you.
Yeah. All right. So now that you've seen it, you've changed your mind a little bit. And which do you like? You like the 42 millimeter, the contemporary one, or do you like the older kind of neo vintage 40 millimeter?
I believe that the 42 millimeter is beautiful because it's more refined. It has a better fit and finish, but it feels a little big. I like this more now that I've had time to spend with it, and once I was able to put it on my wrist, that's what sealed the deal. It's like, wait a minute, this watch is incredibly comfortable. Okay, it feels wonderful on the wrist. It's not too big, not too thick. Reminds me of my Seamaster 200 Pre-Bond. It has a similar feel, especially because of the clasp. It's not too thick. And this older Rolex movement, this is not a big chunky watch. It fits your wrist wonderfully, and I kind of fell in love with it. I'm still unsure of the bezel. It's my least favorite aspect of the watch, but the dial, it is absolutely gorgeous.
That is a very thin watch. In fact, pick up your Seamaster 300 and try to look at it from the side and kind of do a comparison.
Let's get it there.
Quite a bit different, is it not?
See, now here's what's strange. It doesn't look that much thinner. Is it an optical illusion?
The case on the Seamaster 300 looks a little thicker, but yeah, it could be an optical illusion.
Yeah, because this feels much beefier. It really, truly does. Maybe we're talking, how many millimeters? 2 millimeters? But when you look at it this way, it doesn't really look all that different. But the feel, this feels chunky.
It does. It is. Well,
you wore it. It feels chunky.
It's bigger. It's 42 millimeters. But thickness-wise, yeah, I think this just feels like a thinner watch to me, and that's one thing
It's also a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit lighter, it's more free on the wrist, and like you can put this on and forget you're wearing a watch. You don't forget you're wearing this.
Looking at it, is there anything that you dislike about it that kind of jumps out?
No, just the aforementioned bezel. I'm unsure, but that's it. What's not to like? It's extremely clear. Because it's this white, it has kind of a classic gentleman's feel, but yet because it has the GMT, it's multifunctional, and it also feels sporty. I can't explain why my opinion has changed so much. It just feels right, and you can't know something like that until you get it in your hands and try it out.
The dial's got a very clean look, and that's one thing I love about it. I love white dials. And it's just so clean. It sort of pops a bit.
It's legible, especially that GMT hand with that triangular arrow at the end. I think it's incredibly legible.
Now, do you think because it's a white dial, it's a little effeminate?
No, I do not.
Right.
I do not. Maybe for someone who's not comfortable in their sexuality, but no, I put it on my wrist, perfect. And boy, I don't know if you noticed when we were watch shopping, looking around, you got props. They see that, they know what it is, they respect you.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd get props for any Rolex, but more so for that than, say, like two-tone Datejust.
Yes,
but yeah,
absolutely.
If you have a Steel Sports Rolex. In fact, when we were shopping, one shop asked if I wanted to sell it. They were very serious about it. But yeah, I told him I'm okay.
Yeah, that's right.
One thing that I would I wouldn't say this is a criticism, but the crown compared to say a crown on the sub or the modern GMT is a little small. So winding it isn't as comfortable as say on a sub.
Yeah, I didn't have to wind it. I haven't tried, so yeah, I'm not. I
But
can't comment on that.
but it's very thin. If I actually if you put a sub style crown on it, it would stick out more. It could dig into your wrist. So it's not like I have to set it or wind it often. But that would be sort of a criticism. But it's not a criticism that I would actually say well they've got to change it, because I do like a smaller crown. I just think it's safer.
Oh, it's safer. I like it. I think that it has kind of a nice minimalistic feel.
Yeah.
And it doesn't nothing will get in the way.
So that this is a 3185 movement, and that's the same movement as the GMT Master 2 16710. That's pretty much internally it's exactly the same. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's also a really good movement.
It is.
A bit antiquated in a couple ways, but you can't go wrong with it. There's nothing cheap about this.
All right. So, hey, thanks for checking it out. Glad you like it.
I love it.
Could you see getting one of these in the future?
Yes.
All right, but I think your real love is the ceramic GMT Master 2. That's really where you want to
Yeah, I mean, my next watch, if there is a next watch, we'll see what happens with the Rolex boom, and will there be a bust and a popping of the balloon. Mm-hmm. I love the Batman. I don't think I'll ever be able to own one because of the pricing, but a close second is the black. After trying on multiple blacks, let me tell you something. That could very well be my next watch.
Sounds good. All right. Hey, take care. Thanks for watching. Let me know your comments in the comments section. See you next time.